Hello, everybody. Welcome to gentle, mindful motion yoga. Today, we're going to do the Makahos together. The recommendation is for a little bit of relaxation to take something like a roll or a pillow or something where you can put in the small of your back for relaxation after the Makahos. And you could just put it towards the side. You're invited to explore and experiment. You're invited to do anything that feels comfortable in your body without causing any pain, strain, or discomfort, especially in the joints. You're invited to have fun and to feel the opening, perhaps, and the energy, the energetic flow of body as we do these makahos, which in Japanese means to fold forward. I'm your guide and teacher today. My name is Debbie Vigneri, and I hope that you join our class on Thursday on Zoom at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And there's more information on our website. So coming to a comfortable seat, either towards the front of the chair or towards the middle of the chair, and we're going to build our base. We start with our Tadasana or mountain pose, and we're encouraged to do this throughout our lives each day. It helps to build core strength. It helps to dekink the any restrictions in the spinal area. So coming to a seat where the feet are either shoulder width or hip width apart, where you feel that you have a structure. The feet are placed down so that there's 90-degree angles between the knees and also the pelvis. Experiment a little bit with bringing the feet out a little bit. Maybe the feet come out. The knees should not be over the toes if you're looking down at your feet. And when you have that placement, we'll rock back and forth on the feet, where we lift up on the toes and then rock back on the heels, lifting and rocking. Start to become aware of the breath. As we lift up, perhaps it's an inhalation, exhale, come with the heels forward or up off the ground. So lifting up, rolling back on the heels and bringing the toes back. Exhale, lift up, exhale back on the heels. Moving from side to side, inhaling and exhaling. We go from inner to outer margins of the feet. And the idea here is to then lift up and place the feet down. Perhaps the toes can spread a little bit and we feel like we have contact with the floor, with the ground. As you're breathing, pushing down into the feet, we'll create a neutral pelvis by moving back and forth, lifting and lowering the glutes, getting a feel for the dime-shaped bones. These bony protrusions are called the sits bones. And bring that to stillness, and then moving back and forth, so forward and back. As we breathe in and exhale back. Coming to the sense of where the movements from side to side and forward and back, where do they intersect? Where do you feel that your pelvis is making contact with the chair seat, where the sits bones have equal weight from left to right, and finding that neutral pelvis, it's called. Let's work now on the neck. And let's release the shoulders first by Breathing forward, up, back, and down. Breathing forward, up, back, and down. The shoulders lift up. Breathe forward, the shoulders, then up towards the ears, and then back. The shoulder blades coming close together. And then down, forward, up, back, and down with the breath. Once more, and then bring that to stillness. And then let's go back with the elbows and the shoulders, forward with the breath. And then down, back, up, forward and down with the exhalation. Back and up, breath in, and then forward and down with the exhalation. Do that at your own pace a few times. You'll notice that I try to keep my fingers spread as much as possible. So the marma points, which are throughout the body, especially through the fingers and the toes, they're between the fingers and toes. They're the areas that are acupressure points. It's good to release any kind of energy from these points so that they energize whatever is close to them. So by spreading the fingers and toes, the feet and the hands become energized. And then bringing that to stillness, let's work on the neck. Get a neutral neck. Take a breath in and then exhale, and very gently just push back on the chin so that the ears and the shoulders are in alignment. Push up with the next breath through the crown. Exhale, let the shoulders come down. We could do a little bit of experimentation here and exploring by teeter-tottering the head so that the ears are making their way with the breath towards the shoulders. Maybe exhaling and the ear comes down towards the shoulder, inhaling up, exhaling down, come back to center, wherever you feel that is, and then move the head forward and then back. Very gently, just the beginnings of the movement. And again, like we did with the hips, we're going to find the intersection between those two movements. And that will indicate when we have a balanced feeling. There's a bone called the atlas. It's a rounded shaped bone where the head sits, which is about 10 pounds, sits on that disc. And it's not putting pressure on the rest of the spinal column. And so breathing here with neutral spine. So neutral pelvis, neutral neck. Push up through the crown with the next few breaths. Push down into the seat, push down into the feet, push down into the hands, activate the body. And then on the exhalation, relax it. Breathing in, pushing down, extending upward through the spine. Exhale and relax all of that, keeping the shape. Next inhalation, the arms come up to the sides, halfway up. The palms come upward and we reach up as far as possible, whatever feels comfortable. It could be a wide reaching out. It could be sort of like a U or a V. Or the hands can come completely overhead. The fingers intertwine. The index fingers pop up. And we get a chance to breathe here by pushing down into the feet, pushing down into the pelvis, pushing up through the fingers, and stretching the sides of the body in our Tadasana or mountain pose, relaxing the shoulders down and taking a few breaths here. Next inhalation, push down and elongate from sacrum all the way up to crown. And then exhale, float the arms down as slowly as possible. So by increasing the exhalation, it puts the body into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is dedicated to resting and digesting. Let the arms stay heavy beside the body. Fingertips are pointed to the floor. What are the effects of your Tadasana as you're breathing and relaxing the body and feeling the effects of this pose? We begin the Makahos. Lung, large intestine, breathing the arms up. Palms come upward, reaching up. Extending back. Coming back upward, the arms come down. And I'm going to take my chair and put it to the side so you can see. In a reposition in Tadasana, the arms are going to come down. And the hands will hold one another as best as possible. You could also hold wrists. You could actually hold, you can hold elbows, you can hold wrists, you could hold hands, you could clasp hands, and we'll let the arms come out and straighten. And they're away from the body. Lifting upward. Take a breath in, push down into the feet, push up through the crown, and then hinge from the waist. And just to the beginnings of a stretch, let the head, neck, and shoulders relax. The arms are coming up, take a few breaths here. Next breath in, come up. Elongate from sacrum to top of the crown. Arms are away from the body. Breathe here. Extend back. Come up to upright. And then exhale the arms free. And just breathe, relax, and feel the effects of the first Makaho, lung, large intestine. Stomach, spleen. Breath in, the arms come up, we reach up. Exhale, they come down. You could create fists or the hands will land on the seat, open with the heels of the hands toward the body. Continue to breathe here, pushing the hands into the chair, pushing down through the feet, pushing up through the crown, relax the shoulders. And we'll take a breath in, push down into the feet, push down into the hands, and we'll lift up, let the torso rise. Seat comes off the chair. And take a breath here. If it's too much on the neck, bring the chin towards the collarbones. Exhale down. Stomach, spleen. Rest, relax, breathe, and feel. Heart, small intestine. The feet come together like a book that's put down on a tabletop. The inner margins of the feet are together. If there's an injury a leg can be extended. If this doesn't feel comfortable, then the feet don't have to necessarily touch. So it's up to you, not causing any pain or strain, and working with whatever unique situation you have. Take a breath in, push down into the outer edges of the feet. The hands will actually push the feet away from one another, so the knees are traveling to the sides of the body. And with the next inhalation, we're going to breathe and hinge forward at the hip creases, keeping the back flat, pushing out through the top of the head. And taking a breath or two here, elongated spine. Next breath in, coming up, lifting up, pushing out through the edges of the feet, pushing down into the seat and sitting up tall. Legs can close and feeling the effects of this Makaho. Heart, small intestine. Bladder, kidney, extending out so that the feet are resting on the heels, stretching out. Sitting up nice and tall in Tadasana, breath comes in, the arms rise up, they reach up to whatever height feels comfortable for the shoulders, not straining or forcing. Take a breath in and reach up and stretch by pushing back into the pelvis. Stretching out from the hips all the way out through the feet. The next exhalation, hinging forward, keeping that expansiveness in the spine. Head is neutral. Look at the horizon line. And come down to whatever feels comfortable here, the beginnings of a stretch. As you do these Makahos, you can ease into the stretches more and more. So just start by coming into the beginnings of the stretch. And when you can't hinge any further, or you're at a comfortable hinge, then let the head, neck, and shoulders just relax. And now you're looking downward, pushing out through the crown, pushing down and back into the seat, pushing into and out through the heels. Next breath in, come up. Reach up. Reach, reach, reach. Extend the legs out. Push the pelvis back into the seat. Relax the head, it's neutral. And then exhale. Bladder, kidney. Legs come back and feel the effects of bladder, kidney. Where do you feel the energy moving in the body? Pericardium triple heater. The legs cross, the feet cross at the ankles. Again, experiment. Perhaps they're not quite, if there's an injured leg, it's extended out. Or perhaps it's not, the legs are taken away from the body. Find where it feels right for you. And again, we're going to hinge at the hip creases. This time the hands will be crossed and we'll be pushing out through the hands. So the legs will be moving apart to activate these meridians. That the kidney meridian is on towards the inside of the legs. So we'll be pushing out this way and hinging forward. So here we go. Crossing the legs, breath in, arms come up to a T, halfway up so that the shoulders laterally rotate, the palms come upward. And we exhale and cross. And place, and then breathe. Elongate the spine from tailbone to crown, push back into the pelvis, push down into the edges of the feet, and just breathe here. Breath in, get nice and tall, push back into the pelvis, push into the feet, and then exhale, push away the hands, push the legs away, and we hinge forward. The head stays neutral. Just the beginnings of a stretch. Remember, as you practice them, you can continue to go into the stretch and just breathe here. We're holding it. Head is neutral. Take a breath in, push down, and then elongate the spine as we come up, pushing the legs away from one another. Notice the orientation of the arms and the legs because we're going to do the opposite. Going to uncross with the breath. Exhale the arms down and feel the effects. Relax the body. Breathing up the arms into a T formation. The palms come upward, and we're going to cross the opposite way. So whatever you cross the opposite way. So crossing legs the opposite way. We're going to cross the arms the opposite way. If you don't remember, it's okay. Just cross them in whatever feels comfortable without any pain or strain, and stay here and elongate. Push back into the pelvis with the breath. Push down into the feet. The legs are moving away from one another. The arms are straightening and the head is in neutral. The back is flat, it's not rounded. And just breathe here. Take a breath in, exhale, and come forward and push the legs away. Keep the head neutral. And when you can't hinge any further, let the head, neck, and shoulders just relax. And take a few breaths here. Push back into the pelvis. Push the legs apart very gently. Next inhalation, elongate the spine. Push back into the pelvis. Push out through the crown. And then porpoise back up like a porpoise or dolphin coming up. Push the legs apart. And come back to neutral seated position, and then exhale. Everything uncrosses and feel the effects of the Makaho on the second side. Pericardium triple heater. Pericardium has to do with the immune system. It's pericardium, another name for that is heart protector. Triple heater has to do with the 3 burners in the body. We have one here is the heart burner. Then we have digestion and we have reproduction. Those are the 3 sources of heat in the body. So these Makahos help to bring us back into balance. So it helps to bring back the fire, the Agni in the body. It helps to bring that into regulation. And also pericardium, it helps to stimulate the immune system. Another way to stimulate the immune system is to tap on the thymus gland. And in adults, the thymus gland is the nursery of the immune cells. So you can just tap here and it will help to release them, to stimulate them. Another way is behind the ears, is to push behind the ears, and that helps to down the neck. That helps with the immune system. To activate all of the meridians, we tap right here along the lung meridian, but this is where they all meet. Except for bladder. Bladder is on the back of the body, but we stimulated that with bladder and kidney. So this helps the energy in the meridians to flow. It also is the beginning and ends of the lymphatic system. So that helps to stimulate. The lymphatic is all the fluid minus the red blood cells. And then we can just stop for a moment, feel the effects of that action on the body. Yoga is all about feeling the flow of the energy, allowing the energy to flow through the body. Last Makaho, gallbladder liver, and gallbladder liver is for spring. Take a breath in and let the legs come out in a V. Be sure you feel stable in your seat. We're once again on the heels, pulling the toes back. That lengthens the back of the leg from hamstrings all the way down to into the calves, into the Achilles tendon, into the whole base of the foot, the intrinsic muscles. It helps to prevent tightness like plantar fasciitis, helps with sciatic, keeps the piriformis, the muscle in the back of the body, in the glutes. It helps to keep that nice and extended and decongested, not as tight. So pulling the toes back, we sit up into Tadasana, shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Take a breath in. The arms come up, halfway up for external rotation of the shoulders. The palms lead. Left hand stays upward, and the right comes and caresses the ribs. And we reach up with the breath and push down into the seat, push down into the heels, reach up to the fingers, and the next exhalation, we come over. And this could be done in a playful way where we breathe up and then exhale back down. Breathing up, you're invited then to exhale back down and feel the stretch. Next time we exhale and come down, we'll hold that. Pushing down into the heels, pushing down into the pelvis, pushing out through the hand. Can you feel the expansiveness where your hand is on the side of the body? Next breath in, elongate the spine and come up and reach up. And then exhale down. Feel the effects on this side of the body. Breath in, arms come up to T, flipping the palms. The right hand will stay up, the arm extended up, the other crosses over and holds the other side. And with the breath, swaying back and forth, feeling what's happening under the fingertips with the ribs as a side bend is created. Inhaling up, reaching up, pushing out through the heels, pushing down. The toes are coming toward the body. And now we'll come back down with the exhalation and holding there. And with every breath, the invitation is to reach out through the fingers and to sense what's happening under the hand. Sense what's happening on the other side of the body. Elongating in the side bend. Next inhalation, come up, reach up. Extend out through the heels. Pull the toes back, and then exhale. The arms to the sides. Feet can gently come back in. And feel the effects of the last Makaho. gallbladder, and liver. We'll transition into a little bit of relaxation and some breath work. Either a folded blanket or a roll. You can roll up your blanket and you can place that in the small of your back and then come back into the chair so that the spine is elongated. And the front of the body can stay open. Position the head so that it feels like it's at a neutral pelvis. Position the feet so that you feel that they're making contact with the floor. And we'll do a body scan here, closing the eyes if that feels comfortable. We're looking downward and feeling the feet. And with the exhalation, relaxing feet. Attention to ankles. You're invited with the exhalation to relax the ankles. Lower leg, knee and thigh. Awareness and then exhalation, you're invited to relax the leg. Feeling connection of the hips on chair. Each exhalation, feeling the contact that the hips are making with the chair. Awareness of the torso. Noticing what happens with the inhalation, exhalation. Arms left and right connected. The next exhalation, you're invited to release tension in the torso, left and right arm, all the way down to hands. Taking a few more breaths, releasing with the exhalation, any holding that you feel. Coming to the neck. Feeling the sensations leading up into the head, facial features, ears and nose, cheeks, jaw, hair, eyes, breathing in, feeling them all. Exhaling, releasing. Let the tension dissolve between the eyebrows. Let there be spaciousness between the teeth. The tongue can rest behind the teeth and the roof of the mouth. Breathing, relaxing and feeling. Allow the breath to deepen. Let it be a little deeper with each breath. Now taking the deepest breath of them all. Returning back to your breath. Noticing the space between the inhalation and the exhalation. Watching and noticing. Allowing the breath to deepen. Take a breath in, the arms float upward, and we'll share 3 ohms together. The purest sound, a healing vibration. The palms flip upward for some sun breaths. The hands come together and we exhale down the midline of the body. Thumbs come to sternum, breathing in and up. Hands come together, exhale down the midline of the body. At your own pace, last one. Breathing up, reaching out. Hands come together, stretching up. Together the hands come. Thumbs stay at the sternum for a moment. May this practice benefit you in all ways. And may you and all beings be happy. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope to see you next time. Be well, be happy, be free. Thank you.